So hi everybody, welcome to this 60-minute yin yoga practice for releasing and letting go. My name's Rachel Fearnley. I'm the founding director of the Pineapple House in Bali, where I'm filming this class from. And I'm really honored to share with you this beautiful, deep, restorative practice. So if you're watching this on Instagram, please feel free to head over to our Facebook group, Whole Health with Rachel and Lucy, where these practices will be saved for you to practice them again and again and again. Invite your friends into the group to share these practices. All practices are by donation. The recommended donation for this class is $20. If you can't afford to donate, please, we invite you to have these practices with absolute pleasure. So just enjoy them, get stuck in, and I look forward to sharing this with you. So over the coming days and weeks, we'll be inviting more practitioners to come into this group to share their own practices. So you'll be seeing Pilates and fitness and nutrition and different workshops and Ayurveda and all sorts. So stay tuned for lots that will be coming up in the very near future. So if yin yoga is a new practice for you, what we're going to do is we're going to rest in a bunch of shapes for up to 5 minutes a shape. So the idea in yin is that we're really resting, okay? We're not holding, we're not gripping, we're not trying to pull our body into any particular shape. We're literally coming into a shape to the limit that is well within our body's full range, and then just softening. Okay, so there's no essence of like this sense of striving or this sense of really trying to do or really trying to get somewhere, which is so prevalent in our lives. We really want to embrace the yin, embrace this essence of releasing and relaxing and letting go. So this particular practice today, we are going to be focusing on releasing and letting go. So in the 5 element cycle, this particularly relates to autumn and metal. So autumn and metal relate to 2 organs in the body, which are the lungs and the large intestines. And what these organs have to do with this concept of releasing and letting go is that they are both organs that take in nutrients and then also release out. So they discern what the body needs, and then they discern also what the body does not need anymore and lets it go. So much like in autumn in the further northern and southern hemispheres, where you'll see many of the trees, the leaves will turn brown and will effortlessly fall away. So the trees know what has served it and what it can let go of. In autumn, the energy of the animals, of plants, of nature is it starts to contract. You know, we start to contract away from the fullness of summer, and we start to bring ourselves back in and prepare for winter. But in order to do so, in order to transition into winter with ease, with grace, transition into winter with lightness, we must recognize that which we need to let go of. Okay, so this can be very hard for people. Oftentimes people walk around holding on to just so many things that they needed to let go of a long time ago. And this creates tension in the body, it creates heaviness, it creates this sense of just over everything. So when we learn how to truly let go, we learn how to transition between these seasons with so much more ease. So let's get going. So just sitting up on perhaps the edge of a cushion. So if you don't have like proper yoga props, like a bolster, just grab some cushions and pillows so that you can support yourself. Just grab as much as you have to hand. And just sitting yourself up on a cushion or a bolster. Lengthening through your spine, allow your eyes to soften closed. And as you sit here, just start to focus in on your breath. So just inhaling and exhaling with ease. Allow your jaw to be soft, the muscles of your face to be soft. And just start to observe your breath, just observing how the breath feels as it draws in through the nose, expanding out through the chest, and breathing out as your chest softens and the breath empties out gently through the nose. And just observing like this, just the flow of breath, the flow of energy, the flow of prana as we breathe in and out. Now as you breathe in and out, just start to lengthen a little more through your exhales. Keeping your inhales the same length, their natural length. And now just start to lengthen, just adding maybe 1 or 2 counts onto your exhale. Just being a bit more intentional. Giving a bit more guidance to the breath. Stay long through the spine, soft through the shoulders. And keep grounding down through your sit bones, so staying connected to the earth, staying steady. And take 3 slow breaths just like that, creating a little longer exhales than your inhales. Beautiful, and then just slowly opening up your eyes. So we're going to come into our first pose. This one's called puppy pose. So we're going to start off on all fours. If you have really sensitive knees, you might want to sort of fold up the mat a little bit, or you can go and grab a towel or a blanket to place under your knees. So we're going to start on all fours. Just make sure you've maybe got a cushion to hand or something that you might need to rest on. So from all fours, we're just going to begin to walk the hands forward until the forehead comes to rest on the mat. So this might be totally within your realm of possibility in your body, and it might not be. If this is not really where you're at, there's a few options. So you can take a bit more of a bend in the elbows. That could be option 1. Another option is that you might want to place a pillow or 2 under your head so that you're not folded quite as far, and you may need to, if your cushion's soft like mine, you may need to stack your hands. Another option is just you simply take your butt back to your feet and come into a child's pose with the arms extended forward. So just find a variation that feels appropriate for you. And just take a little bit of time to set yourself up. And then when you found a space, a shape for your body that you can rest in with relative ease, take a full deep breath in. And as you exhale, just allow your body to begin to soften. Just notice where you're holding tension through the body, and just invite in a little more space, a little more openness with each and every breath.
So this idea of metal and autumn, it really relates particularly to our exhale, our ability to let go, our ability to release. And when we are able to exhale fully, we're able to inhale fully. We're able to take in the full capacity of breath, the full capacity of nutrients, of energy, of life force into our body. But when our capacity to exhale has been lessened through stress, through anxiety, through grief, it means that in turn we're not able to fully inhale either. But when we can invite the body to slow down, to rest, in turn it enables our breath to be a bit slower, our body to be calmer. And we might find that our exhale begins to free up. If you find your mind wanders, just bring it back to your breath. Just simply observe the ebb and the flow. And with each exhale, allow the front of your chest to melt a little closer to the earth. At any point you feel the need to sigh it out, just allow yourself to sigh, make any noise that you need. And then take yourself through 5 more breaths here. And when you're done, super slowly, just bring yourself out of this shape and take yourself into a neutral position. So perhaps coming to lie on your belly or onto your back. And so we come into a neutral position in between each pose in order that we can really feel the effects, that we can reflect and notice what's happening within our body. Take another deep breath in. Full breath out. And taking your arms, your hands by your chest if you're lying on your belly. Push yourself back up. So now we're going to come into a similar shape, but we're going to this time actually have our hips rested on our feet. So again, if this isn't so easeful for you, you can place a cushion between them. Alternatively, if extending at your ankles like this is not really possible, then you can roll up a blanket or a towel and place it sort of underneath the crease of your ankles, just to add a bit more support. So we're going to come into this position with our bums on our feet. Just take your hands on the mat with your arms extended. And then we're going to take the left arm under and just thread it under. Soften the head down. Just extend that arm forward. And just make sure that your body is actually sort of centered between your legs. And then once you've extended that arm out, then you can just allow it to soften. So we're not gripping, we're not holding. Take a nice full breath in and deep breath out. Just allowing the sit bones to weight down towards the feet and the earth. Your head to be heavy, your belly to be soft. So the body and the mind are completely connected. And any challenges or resistance in letting go, of releasing energetically in our lives, can and will eventually show up in some way through the body. And this often shows up in our inability to exhale fully, to really release, but also our ability to empty out through our bowels. So oftentimes when we're holding in certain areas of our life, when we release it, when we're not able to release and let go, you might find that we kind of get bunged up, that we're not able to go to the bathroom every day. We get constipated. So it's vital that as the seasons cycle through, autumn always happens, trees always drop their leaves, and so must we always release and let go. The only constant in life truly is change. And the more that we are comfortable and steady and stable in the face of change, the more graceful and the more easeful we're able to navigate life. 5 deep breaths here. And then slowly, when you're done, just bringing yourself out of this gentle twist. And again, just come into a neutral position. So maybe it's just sitting upright like this. Maybe it's sitting cross-legged. Maybe you want to rest yourself down on your belly or your back. Just do whatever feels right. And again, just notice. Notice how the body feels. Noticing the difference between the two sides of the body. Take one more full breath in. Deep breath out. Beautiful. Then come into the same shape on the other side. So from wherever you are, bring yourself back into this child's pose position of the bottom half of your body. Extend your arms forward and then thread the other arm under the right arm. And just come into that gentle twist. Just going to spin myself around. You don't need to spin yourselves around, just so you can hear my voice. So again, just allow yourself to settle in. Notice where you're holding tension through your body and just feeling into what it would be like if your body was just 1% more relaxed, 1% softer. And so metal and autumn. Metal is amongst other things, the element of discernment. So metal encourages us to get really clear around what we need in our lives and what we don't. What we can cut away, what's weighing us down. Essentially what it is that we need to elevate ourselves and those around us. And this time that we're all in with how the planet is shifting and changing so rapidly, we've all been propelled very quickly into an autumn and just as quickly into a winter. But as we pass through our autumns, for those people who are not quite on lockdown or are heading into it, there's this sense of really having to release. We've got to let go of so many things, of plans, thoughts and ideas of the future. We're perhaps letting go of work, of relationships, And we're having to get really clear about what we actually need as we head into this period of winter, of lockdown, of introspection. And we have a choice. We can do it one of two ways. We can do it with ease and with grace, knowing that this too shall pass. Or we can do it in a way that is painful and chaotic and resistant, which will only create more pain and chaos and resistance. So each exhale is really an opportunity for you to let go a little bit more. And when we focus on this immense power of our exhale, it helps us through these challenging times. Five more deep breaths here. And then super slowly bring yourself up once again. And just finding that neutral position to sit in. Whatever neutral position feels good for you. Maybe it's coming back down to rest on your back or your belly. Just listen to your body and respond appropriately. That's responding from a place of feeling. One more full breath in. And deep breath out. Beautiful. And then just making your way back up to a seat from wherever you are. And for our next position, we're going to come to lie on our backs, and I'm just going to show you what we're going to do here from seated. So it's a really simple position. We're going to lie on our backs with our arms like this, in cactus arms. Okay, that's all we're going to do. The legs can be straight, or your knees can be bent. So for some of you, this is going to be super easeful.
It's going to be like, well, what is this? But for others of you, it's going to be surprisingly challenging because your hands won't touch the floor. Okay, so if you have any shoulder stuff going on, you can take your elbows closer to your side body. And if your wrists and hands don't touch the floor, then you can support under your wrists and your hands with some cushions or pillows. So let's just head down into this position. So just bring yourself onto your back. Again, as I mentioned, you can have feet on the floor, knees bent, or you can have your legs to straight. I'll just show you what I mean with the wrists. So if your wrists are hanging in the air like this, then just grab something and place underneath. And also, if you need your elbows to be closer, if you've got any shoulder stuff going on, then that's totally okay. So just set yourself up. And then take a nice full deep breath in. And exhale it out through the mouth. Again, inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. One more time, inhale. Exhale through the mouth. And just allow your body and your breath to soften. So the emotion that classically connects to autumn and to the element of metal is grief. And letting go, anything that we let go of there is a process of grief. So even things that we've chosen actively to let go of, we can still grieve. And all emotions are here to be heard and to be felt. And again, bringing it back to the current climate, the current situation, it's important that we recognize the grief and the loss that we are experiencing on a global level. It's important that we sit with that we allow that feeling, those emotions to arise, to be heard. And it's often said in Chinese medicine, in the 5-element theory, that grief gets stuck in the lungs if it's not expressed. It gets stuck and manifests as shortness of breath, an inability to exhale fully. Keep your awareness focused on your breath. And just simply this mindful observation of breath helps us to stay present and to stay grounded. Taking 5 more breaths. And then when you're done, just slowly releasing the arms, and you may just want to stay on your back and taking your arms by your side, or if there's another position that feels appropriate for you to be in, then just take yourself there gently and just notice how the body feels. A full round of breath. And then slowly, if you're lying back, just take your knees on the floor, feet on the floor, sorry. Roll over to one side and bring yourself up to a seat. So now we're going to come into, I guess, what we call a supported fish pose. So just taking a hold of maybe a small cushion or pillow, and we're going to place this under our chest. Okay, so just sitting up, just find that cushion or pillow, lower yourself down slowly. Ideally so that the head is rested on the floor, but if your pillow is quite big, it might be that you end up like this, which isn't so great. So if that's the case, then you can take something to place under your head as well, maybe like a block. Or that might just happen anyway if you're a little tighter, if you're not so open through the front part of your body. What we want to avoid is too much tension, or any tension really, coming here, and a kind of a real crushing of the vertebra here. And then just open the arms either to the side. You can have them by your side. You can even, to take it a little deeper, you can have the arms all the way over. Just see what feels appropriate for you. Allow the feet just to fall out to the side. And take a few nice deep breaths in. Exhales out through the mouth. Again, deep breath in. Exhale out. One more time, inhale. Deep breath out. And then allow your body to soften and rest. So in order for us to truly be able to let go with ease and with grace to whatever it is that we need to let go of, be it outdated patterns of behavior, habits, relationships, physical things, places, we first need to be grounded. We need to be steady and stable. We need to be present, and we need to be embodied. And if we're not steady and stable and grounded, this process of letting go is deeply painful and often doesn't actually happen. And as we need to feel that sense of steadiness, that real true inner sense of knowing who you are, feeling resolute, so that we can wake up to whatever it is we need to let go of, not being fundamentally a part of who we are. But the real pain and discomfort comes when we believe that what it is that we need to let go of is fundamentally makes up who we are. But when we ground, when we steady ourselves, when we create stability, an inner sense of deep knowing, this process of letting go becomes so much more easeful, becomes so much more graceful. And recognizing that what has served us has now come to an end. And in the process of letting go, we make space for the new things to arrive, the new people, the new places, the new habits, the new behaviors. But we can't become who we want to become if we haven't let go of who we were. Notice what it is that you're holding on to too tightly. What are you gripping onto? What are you resisting shedding? What are you resisting letting go? Inhale fully, exhale deeply. Do that 4 more times. And then slowly
taking a bend in your knees and rolling yourself off to the side, rolling off of any props that you're on. And just come to rest on your back, just for a few breaths. Again, notice how your body feels. Take another full round of breath here. And then taking both knees into your chest. Gently wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a little hug. And then take both knees over to the left side. And come into a twist. So preference having that right shoulder grounded to the earth. If by taking both knees over that right shoulder lifts up, then just take a pillow or something and place it between your legs, and that'll help to keep that right shoulder grounded. You can keep your head facing the sky or turn the head either side. Take a nice deep breath in and use that nice long exhale to soften and relax and release your body into this twist. Five slow deep breaths here. At the end of that last breath, very slowly guide your knees back to center. Just pause here in center for a few breaths. And then come on over to the other side, slowly lowering your knees down. Take your left arm out to the side. And take your gaze over your left shoulder if that feels good, or up to the sky or over to the right.
5 more breaths. And then slowly at the end, again, just bring yourself back to center. Take your knees into your chest. And then extend your legs out onto the earth, preparing for your final rest, preparing your body for Shavasana. So just extend the legs out, allow your arms to rest by the side, feet to flop out to the sides, closing your eyes. Take a full deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Inhale. And just resting here, and I'll tell you when it's time to come out. Just slowly reawaken back into your physical body. Deepening into your breath. Starting to just add some gentle movement into your body, whatever feels intuitive, whatever feels right for you right now. Maybe turning your head side to side, maybe stretching through your body, maybe drawing your knees into your chest. And then rolling to one side as you gradually and slowly bring yourself to a seat. Keep your eyes closed and just pause here in your seat. And just notice those changes. Perhaps noticing a lighter feeling in your body. Perhaps a little calmer, a little more grounded. And gather your hands together at your heart center and bow your head down. Namaste. And thank you everybody for tuning into this yin class for releasing and letting go. It's been a pleasure to share this practice with you. If you're watching live or if you're watching on the recording, if you're on Instagram, please feel free to head over to our Facebook group, Whole Health with Rachel and Lucy, where you will find all these practices and many more saved so you can watch them again and again and again, and we'll be inviting all sorts of different practitioners into the group to also share by donation their practices and workshops and classes and guidance. So if you have the capacity to donate, our PayPal link is beneath this post on Facebook. If not, then we offer this to you with absolute pleasure. And please share this group, Whole Health with Rachel and Lucy, with your friends. Please invite as many friends, family, co-workers as you think will benefit from this resource. And if you have any requests, any types of practices that you would like to see, please again just comment beneath this video or the other videos in our Facebook group. We'll be back again very soon with more. Thanks, guys.